Let's talk Canada. Today, I would like to address manipulated grievances not only against the federal government, but also against everything that people have been lured to believe by some nefarious sources. Firstly, there are still young people who are upset about electoral reform. The current Prime Minister did mention that FPTP, first past the post, would be one of the issues that he would address. He did address it, but some groups used it to spread misinformation about what the Prime Minister had intended as a change, which was ranked ballots. As it is, with all legislation, it has to pass the House. Not only did it not pass the House, but it was also something that the majority of Canadians were not interested in. In addition, there is something that far too many are unaware of, and that is frightening because it is an in-your-face event. There is a concerted attempt by groups around the world that are involved in an attempt on democracy and countries who have an abundance of natural resources. We've seen this before. Fascism under the guise of religion, to convince persons that it's not fascist to invade countries or strip the fundamental human rights of people. It's for freedom, right? Wrong. It's not safe to change FPTP while this movement continues, as Canada's electoral system is currently one of the strongest. As for the 2024 federal budget and the insufficient disability benefit, the problem is that some premiers threatened to reduce the provincial benefit for disabled people, which limited the Liberals' actions. Advocates should push for increasing the provincial benefit to meet the actual cost of living, which is the only viable solution for caring for disabled Canadians. As is the case with every budget, people get angry when their issue didn't make the budget. People need to keep in mind that it is an annual budget. Was your issue addressed in the previous budgets? I know CPP got a 50% increase in 2023. It is adjusted annually by cost of living, as measured by the Consumer Price Index. Reconciliation with First Nations and Indigenous people is ongoing, and I believe is separated from the annual budget. I could be mistaken about that, but I believe that would be logical, as reconciliation is based on agreements rather than the budget. These three issues are what came to my attention on social media platforms. I hope that you will consider the perceptions provided. Be aware and remain Canadian.